Gatorade and MTV. My name is Kelly and I'm a junior here at UCLA. I'm studying psychology and Scandinavian, so that pretty much means I get to read fairy tales for homework. And for sports here, I do UCLA lacrosse, which is something totally new and unexpected of me. I have absolutely no experience, but I love playing. The girls are awesome and the game is really, really fun. So other than lacrosse, I dedicate a lot of time to running. It's something I did all of high school. I did varsity cross country and track for all 4 years, and I absolutely love racing and running and training for that. So I do, I guess, a kind of class, you could say, with 2 of the girls who are actually on the cross country team, and they're our coaches. My sister is super popular at high school and junior high, and my brother is your poster child for Southern California surfers. And then there's me. I started my conscious life in glasses that took up half of my face, and at one point I had an eye patch to go with the glasses. After that, I had white hair that I wouldn't let anybody touch. Oh, and let's not forget about the next stage of life when I went into high school and I had glasses and braces for 4 years. So what makes me tick? Well, let me tell you. To put it simply, competition and the steady beat of my shoes. No, but really. When I hear the gun go off for the beginning of a race, I honestly get so freaked out, but there's this huge rush of adrenaline that just pulses through me, and I just want to go and win and run the race. It's pretty crazy just to think about everything that happens, you know? You're in a race with 100 people, or at least in cross country most of the time, and just elbows are flying everywhere, girls are pushing you. And actually through a mutual friend, we're in an organization at school called the Student Alumni Association, and it's most like ASB and student government. So I'll go into it a little bit later, but Ryan and I met up at a leadership conference at Lake Arrowhead, and the first real interaction that we had was we both knew that we liked to run, so we decided to go at 6 a.m. before everybody else was up and before all the meetings started. And we go outside and there's snow on the ground and it was freezing. And keep in mind, it was March, it was freezing, and we're from LA, and Lake Arrowhead is up on this huge mountain. So we go and we start, and it was just we were not adjusted to the elevation at all, and I was dying because it was so cold, but Ryan wouldn't let me turn around and go back. He made me finish the run. So to go hiking around LA and explore the different areas there are here. So I really like to go to Malibu. You can get some of the best views here. And I also really like to go on mud runs when it's rainy. That's probably one of my favorite things to do ever. I like to go rock climbing a ton. Joshua Tree is probably one of the best places I've been to for rock climbing. It's always been one of my dreams to go to Yosemite and climb Half Dome. I really want to be in the ultimate shape because I would love to run a half marathon and eventually marathons all over the country and maybe even all over the world. And I think the perfect step to that is to running a half marathon. Now, I'm out of running shape, racing competitively running-wise, especially doing cross-country and track. I never did a distance that was 13.1 miles. But if I have a trainer and, with Gatorade's and MTV's help, I definitely know I could do it, and I think I could get a pretty good time. There's the North Face Endurance Challenge that's coming up, and I would love to do it. It's in San Francisco. And it would really mean a lot to my dad as well, because he was there for every single race, before, during, and after, cheering me on. And there's no doubt in my mind that he would make the trip up to San Francisco to be there for this one as well, and all the ones in the future. So other than the half marathon, I would also love to be in ultimate shape because I play lacrosse, and you're in a game and you're at practice, and you have to have endurance to be able to sprint and to go and to run the ball to the goal. If you can out-sprint everybody, you pretty much have a clear shot. It's just you and the goalie. So why not be in that kind of shape? And that could really help my team. I would also love to beat my old records from high school. So my personal records, like in the mile, the 800, the 400, and maybe even a 5K. So all these goals are kind of compounded, and they're all intertwined, and I know I could do it with Gatorade and MTV's help. This summer, lately, I've been going to the gym with my friends about every day, and I typically run at least 3 to 4 miles every other day. Now, I've been looking to run every day, but just with scheduling and work, it's so easy to make an excuse to not go. Now, the benefit of having a coach for me, or a coach kind of figure, is that it really pushes me. I struggle, running is such a mental sport that I really struggle with pushing myself when I'm actually running. But if there's a coach there, they'll tell you what you're doing wrong, when you can go faster. And I know that having a coach figure there will really help me and push me to the next level that I just can't get to right now. Really involved in an organization on campus called the Student Alumni Association. We operate under the Alumni Association, and I'm going to get really corny on you. Our mission is to connect students and alumni to bring together our university. But like I mentioned earlier, SAA is much like your student government and your ASB. So we put on some of the school's largest events like Spring Sing, which is a huge talent show, which 7,000 people attend, and we honor musical guests every year. We also do the BSC Bonfire and Rally, in which 5,000 people come to this huge bonfire on our IM field and just really riled up for the UCLA and USC game, which is a huge rivalry in case you don't know. So we do those events. We also do some professional events like Interview with a Bruin and Entertainment Networking Night, where students are given the opportunity to network with alumni. And really, I've been doing SAA. I'm going into my third year now, so I've done it since I was a freshman. And last year I served as the Marketing and Communications Director, so I had my own committee and I served on a leadership board of directors. And then this coming year I'm on the For 12 Strangers Committee. I'm the director for that, and it's in its 44th year, so it's a huge tradition at UCLA. It's kind of just something that everybody has to do at least one time. So that's a lot of SAA's events, and that's the principal organization I'm in on campus. So the best way to describe my personality is I like to think that I'm a very nice person. I care about everybody who helps me along the way, and I really try to look out for others. And I'm extremely driven. I am motivated to succeed and do everything well and to the best of my ability. And the most important thing is that I'm very passionate about what I do. So I never put myself into too many things, because I know that I can't contribute 100% to all of those. So my harshest critic would say that I am probably a bit stubborn at times, just because I get on this path and I think of exactly how I'm going to get there, the steps I'm going to take. And you know, when something changes, I don't always adapt it the fastest. You know, it takes me a while to readjust and, you know, find another way to get there. So I'm competitive with other people, but mostly with those who, you know, I might have a problem with, or, you know, they just really bother me. They're super cocky, and, you know, I will just do anything and everything I can to beat. So I will do anything and absolutely everything I can to win. My heart and soul is into working out and, you know, succeeding in these competitions, and I want to win just as much as you want me to, if not a little bit more. I would be a great candidate for Student Bodies just because I think I'm a very likable person. I can relate to a lot of people, and I'm not really somebody that people tend to root against. And you know, I really want Ryan and I to win this competition and to go as far as we can, and I think the two of us together can definitely make that happen. My current eating habits, at work they often say that I just eat rabbit food. I really like to bring a lot of fruits and vegetables for the majority of my lunches and my dinners, just because I really pride myself in eating as well as I can just to have a long life. And you know, I definitely have a weakness for desserts, but who doesn't, just because they're so good? Although it's not a big problem. I would say that the biggest obstacle to getting fit, staying fit, and losing weight is definitely working with my school schedule, my work schedule, and my extracurriculars. Just as a college student, I'm extremely pressed for time. There's definitely, you know, a few hours, but it's just, you know, motivating myself. As my coach always said in high school, you know, the hardest step of staying in shape, running-wise, is putting your shoes on and getting out the door, which is definitely true. I can attest to that. At the end of this experience, I really want to be in the best shape of my life, and I want to have habits and know workouts and have this ability to do the workouts so that I can maintain this fitness throughout the rest of my life and be able to train for half marathons and marathons and run them when I want to all over the world. And you know, I chose Ryan to do this with me because we have been workout buddies in the past, and he really does bring out the best in me when we're running together and when we're working out. He really pushes me and helps me to believe that I can do it, and I think would be a great team, and I really hope you choose us. I can guarantee that we will give 100% of our heart and soul to this, and you should really choose us, Gatorade and MTV. Thank you for this opportunity, and I hope to hear from you soon.